Only 2 more episodes till Radio Free Cybertron number 500. This is Radio Free Cybertron with your host, Brian Kilby, featuring Chris, Don, Rob, Diecast, John, and Melvar. For the latest Transformer news, reviews, and more, visit tformers.com.
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 498. I am Brian Kilby, and with me this week, I am joined by Chris, who's on video.
Yay!
And your video looks good.
How's my audio?
It's good so far.
Okay, then.
Then you broke up right there. That's hilarious.
Oh, no.
We have Diecast on video and his dog behind him.
498. That means we're like 5 away from 500, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty close.
Hooked on Phonics worked for Diecast.
Yeah, and there's that sensible math budgeting that has worked so well for Diecast on his collecting.
That was Don, who is the master of Dononomics. And Don will have a panel on Dononomics at Jolanta.
No, I am not.
Yeah, you are.
I walk across the stage, wave politely, and then walk off the stage.
Like Rob, we were giving Rob Springer was giving a briefing to the organizer today, and he's like, yeah, he was going over the panels, and that was one of the panels we're doing. So it'll be Don. I'll be your straight man. It'll be okay.
Can I ask for one thing on that?
Yes.
Can Don wear? I need Don to wear jeans,
Yeah.
a V-neck shirt with blazer.
Yeah.
And a members-only jacket.
And
No.
And his microphone needs to be that kind of headset style that just comes around his cheek.
Yeah. John is thinking exactly the same thing I was. We need to get the table off of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We probably can't get a projector behind him to just, beam him up big for the audience in the back, but we'll make do.
No, I've done said if I'm going to do this, I need an overhead projector. I need some overhead pins and some transparencies. We're doing it old school.
An overhead projector, fortunately, is like $5. So we literally could do that. I will buy an overhead projector and bring it if you want to use an overhead projector.
Go to any given Goodwill or maybe rob a school. It'll be fine.
My local Goodwill had one at least as of a couple months ago. So, Don, if you really want to, I can do that. I can make that happen.
No,
okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So let's see here. Don, Chris, Diecast, Rob, you there? Rob Clay?
Yes, I am. Hi.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Awesome. And Matt.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Fighting seasonal sinuses, but
Oh, that sucks. I hate that. Let's see here. So, 2 things to start off the show. 1, Operation Combination. Thanks to everyone who participated. My local Toys for Tots is no longer collecting at this point for 2016. You can still, if you know where their headquarters is, you can still drop the stuff off, but there's no guarantee it'll make 2016. Your local Toys for Tots may still be collecting, so check toysfortots.org to see if the branch is still accepting for 2016. If not, you can always donate to a local foster care, local children's home, or any other similar type of organization. And again, if you want to donate for 2017, drop that off as well. They'll be glad to have it. It'll get them ahead for next year. But again, thanks to everybody who participated. 2, and I don't want to say it's more important, but I am egocentric. You should download my Christmas album. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. It makes a great Christmas gift that I would have loved to have had one when I was a kid, just like it. BrianKilby.com/holiday. It's legit, real deal Christmas album that I perform. And it's awesome. It's my favorite Christmas album. It's weird. I'm doing the shtick in my normal voice and not the character voice. So this is weird. But seriously, go download it.
This is weird.
BrianKilby.com/holiday. I need to get the downloads up. Seriously.
Can you imagine going in a time machine and telling your 8-year-old self someday you're going to cut a promo for your own Christmas album that's located at briankilby.com.
I know, right? I would say what's a .com?
Uh-huh.
Also that. And also, who are you again?
Exactly.
And
Also,
time
what does
travel
cut a
trip.
promo mean?
It's a wrestling term.
Oh, he'll know that.
No. That's
8-year-old.
8-year-old you asking that because I don't think that term was in the general use back then.
If
I
anybody
wouldn't.
knew it out in the world, it would be Brian Kilby at 8 years old.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I hadn't been smartened up at that point. I thought it was all real. I love that term though, smartened up. Are you smart? What does that mean? Then you're not. I love wrestling. Hey, speaking of wrestling, I was actually another thing I was surprised to find out. People actually listen to our wrestling podcast. Like our normal podcast measuring service hasn't picked up the feed in the months that we've been doing it. So I had no idea if anybody listened to it. It's actually like our second most popular show already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Well, second most popular non-Transformers show. So I'm really happy with that. So thanks everybody out there who listens to Take 4 Wrestling. And if you like wrestling, it's at tfradio.net/take4. That's the number 4.
I have an important question for you, Kilby.
Yes, sir.
Is it more popular than my show?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to have to end it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Wrestling.
You saw what I did with the Fanboy Versus twice.
Here's the thing. Wrestling podcasts, I don't want to say it's low-hanging fruit, but it's one of those things that wrestling fans are rabid, and there are a lot of them, and they love consuming media. Like, I probably myself listen to 6 or 7 wrestling podcasts in a week.
Okay, so new plan. Every episode of that one episode of Star Trek is going to be that Star Trek Voyager episode with The Rock.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You should do that.
I mean,
Hey.
we've already done that episode once.
Do it
Yeah.
again.
Do the one
Yeah.
with the big show then.
Oh, Enterprise.
Hey, Brian, I did not know, but Entertainment Weekly actually, in their year-end wrap-up, lists the top podcasts.
Mhm.
Can that be our goal to be in the top 10 podcasts for Entertainment Weekly next year?
If this were 1999, we would already be in the top 10 list.
True.
It's true.
We'd
It's
be
literally
about half
true.
of the top 10 list.
We'd be half of the top 10 list since they're like probably 2. To do that, you either have to be basically an NPR podcast, because NPR, for whatever reason, has the market cornered for podcasts. They can release a podcast of somebody sitting in a chair and farting. And then, and it's going to be like probably the 7th most popular podcast in the world. So it's interesting. Don, I want to check that list. Okay, so now that we have briankilby.com/holiday, download it. It's free, doesn't cost a thing, and it's awesome. I've gotten great feedback on it. I just need more people to download it. Okay, so hey, did anybody get anything? Chris, what did you get this week?
Well, I got a lot of things. I got myself a Masterpiece exhaust.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All
$40.
right.
Nice.
That place in Atlanta?
No, this was a store in Chattanooga.
Okay.
I went on a trip and I spent lots of money. Let's see. I got a bisque I haven't opened yet, although I was able to mess with one Hey Mickey got for himself. It's really nice. These Robots in Disguise toys have gotten a lot better over the last year or so.
Hey, Chris, quick question. Did Hey Mickey's Bisque have an issue when you plugged the claws into car mode? It pulled the arm out slightly?
I didn't notice that when I was handling it, and I don't recall him mentioning it, so that may be a one-off.
Okay.
From the same store, I got exhaust. I got a Universe Tankor because I love this mold and I only have the Obsidian so far. And a complete Machine Wars Megaplex.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I don't
Which
have.
just kind of adds to my ever-growing collection of these kinds of little jet transformers
I
that
don't-
I love for some bizarre reason.
I don't have Megaplex, so I'm jealous.
That was $8.
All right.
I'm gonna turn my video off on your end. I think that started skipping. So
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything though.
Yeah.
I also stopped by a Family Dollar on my way out of the town and got it's the Godmars knockoff we were talking about a few weeks ago.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I got to
I
pick
have
that
not
up.
had time to open this yet because I literally got it this morning as I was driving out of Chattanooga. And most of my time, well, there was one really bizarre thing I got before I get to the really important part, which is when I was in Atlanta, I found this old Super Sentai figure in just this little, like, hole-in-the-wall vintage toy store for $12. This is from Turbo
Awesome.
Ranger, which was the 1989 Sentai, which was never adapted in the U.S.
Did they know what they
Don't know
had?
how it got there or why, but there it was.
What would that normally sell for, like on the open market?
I have no idea because I didn't know they actually used this action figure body in that year in Japan.
Okay.
So this was a new one on me too. But the most important thing I got a 6-shot. Wait,
All
no.
right.
I got a 6-shot
Ah.
How'd that happen? Where'd you get that?
online.
Did it come in a bag?
It had this regular packaging, which unfortunately I already moved out of the way. The instructions are here's the instructions. I got proof of paperwork. Mine came in retail packaging because I buy my toys properly.
Oh,
This didn't come through any of my usual channels. I just happened to be looking around at 2:30 a.m. a few days ago and noticed, oh, hey, there's a few in stock. I'm going to buy one right now.
I'm jealous.
And I did.
I'm super jealous.
I got 6-shot. It's actually pretty nice. The one major thing I can see that
Submarine
would
mode.
probably find-
Awesome. It's upside down.
what's upside down?
Diecast had the submarine mode out.
Yeah, why are you holding that upside down? That's completely improper.
Wow, that's weird.
He has a trigger master. He has a little trigger master.
That's awesome. So how do you account for that if it's a sub?
It's the third bridge like on the Yamato.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Trigger Master is Diecast's own adaptation. It's not in the instructions or anything. So the one issue I would find with this, and it's a really minor thing right now, some of the joints do not have like any locking to stop them at any point.
Oh, my leg is the same way. How's the other leg?
Oh, it's fine. I mean, they're stiff right now, but basically the point is you're relying a lot on the joint tension being just right. And over time, if this loosens a little bit, you're going to start to have problems. It's not just the legs. There's other joints where it's the same issue. There's not a lot of locking for various parts in the different modes. Some of the stuff they do have lock is kind of weird that it locks the way it does. Like the wings have tabs and slots to lock them solidly in place for modes where it doesn't even really matter. But in the jet mode, the way they tell you to transform it, it is impossible to lock them in place, but that's the one place you would really want them to be locked down solidly. So it kind of makes no sense, some of the decisions they make. On the other hand, though, it looks so good and it feels really good. Like, it's big, it's solid. You can ignore the Titan Master if you want to. I think they actually kind of want you to ignore the Titan Master gimmick because it's actually a little bit of an effort to pull it out of the head. There's not a lot of space to get good leverage on it in here.
what's the Titan Master's name again?
Revolver.
Okay. Isn't it
6-shot and revolver.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone else ever thought it's funny that they couldn't market it as a gun, but his Titan Master name is a gun?
Wait,
style?
What? I'm kidding. Yeah, that is interesting, Don. It really is.
I see where Don's coming from on that, but there's a difference between using a gun-related word and actually selling something that's intended to be a gun.
So, Diecast, how did you get the feet in there?
There actually is a peg. So it's supposed to be he can just stand up there, but it holds him perfectly when
That's
you flip
clever.
him upside down.
And it looks pretty good.
Yeah. So
Hey,
it actually does look and act like a trigger. I don't know if anyone else has really noticed that yet, but it works. And like XV was saying, my leg, his right leg, there's nothing to stop it from going forwards or backwards. There's no tension at all. On his left leg, it actually has a little, tension to it to where it won't swing all the way through. I can't
it has
really
tension, but doesn't have like you're not finding like a catch in it, right?
There's a little bit of a catch, but the right leg has nothing.
Interesting.
So, again, there's some little bit of rough. How would you say rough design? I guess.
I don't know if it's a design thing. It's probably just a QC issue.
Yeah, QC.
I think it actually is a little bit design-wise that there's not more locking points and ratchets, just because for this to do what it has to do, there's got to be a lot of economy of parts in this. Ratchet joints and complicated joints like that add extra parts, extra labor and assembly.
Extra cost.
Yeah, exactly. You get to a certain point and it just doesn't budget anymore. And I think one thing, like, this has factory applied stickers. The ones on my copy are all applied really nicely. Like, I can't really see any way that I could, call them out for being flawed in their application.
They're stickers, not tampagraphs?
Yeah.
Neat.
Mine were actually still on the sticker sheet. I had to apply them myself. Really? Yeah.
Well, the retail version that most people will actually buy has them pre-applied. And I mean, they're good quality foil stickers. They're nice. They don't feel cheap, and they haven't started to peel yet, fortunately. But like, this has stickers. Black Shadow is going to have stickers. The Voyager, Megatron, and Optimus have stickers. Like, I think this is a new thing we're going to be seeing in terms of trying to keep budget under control while not losing details on the figures. Some of the stuff is going to go to being stickers instead of tampagraphs and normal paint operations.
Interesting.
Yeah. One thing, Brian, I just wanted to show off.
Give me a second, Don. I'm running with everything with duct tape and bear skins this week, so I'll have to do some reconfiguration to make this work.
In any case, though, I'm really happy with Sixshot. I am looking forward immensely to going and doing the photo shoot for it and figuring out exactly how I want to write the video.
Don, you're frozen. You're frozen. So you're right now. You're showing us a sad face.
Don's
okay,
sad.
I'll
because
just
you told him to wait.
Okay,
hang on. Okay,
but yeah, I also borrowed Hey Mickey's Sixshot. That was the thing I pulled out first.
Okay, Don, go ahead.
Sorry.
But now you have no audio, so maybe you should mime it because you sound like crap, and you're frozen again.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Never mind.
What was it, Don?
No, I was going to show how when you on BISC that the arm does connect to the car mode properly, but when you plug the claw into the side on the back fender, it pulls the arm off the peg. And I have arranged this thing multiple times trying to find a way so the tension doesn't pull it, and it just will not.
I have a BISC. I had no problems.
Yeah, I haven't had that problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I handled Mickey's BISC enough to put a sombrero and a guitar on it.
What did he think about that?
It was his idea, actually.
Makes sense.
No, but like I handled it enough, and at no point did anything come off. Actually, like it was all really solid. I think you might have got a little QC issue.
Diecast, what is that? I've not seen that before.
Oh, that's a bubble that turns into a submarine.
It's an upside down submarine that Hasbro will not sell in the U.S. So I imported it because it kind of looked cool. Just having Bumblebee turn into a gun.
I think that looks great.
Well, it's like I said on Twitter, that does look like it's a C-worthy toy. So
No, it's robots in disguise, and it's one-step changer, and it transforms into a gun that actually shoots the same missiles that the Transformers weapons would shoot.
Really? That's terrible.
That sounds potentially painful, since those are. Does it have more force behind it?
I wonder if it's Europe only.
Yeah. And it has a whole bunch of spots to put all the extra missiles too.
Oh, that's good.
Which is cool. Yeah, so I think it's a neat little gun.
What I want now along that line is like think of G2 Dreadwing's big cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Make something like that where it's actuated by the trigger. Just have a literal revolver transformer that works like that.
Yeah.
Or not
a transformer, but like one of those vehicle to gun things like he's got there.
What, Don?
Or they could just buy an awesome G2 Dreadwing and have the whole package.
Yeah, they could buy that, or they could get Starscream and BB, or whatever the one that came out in the original robots.
Smoke Sniper and Giant Bomb, I think, or Gigant Bomb. Bomb. I think.
I've heard the Target is
video games.
I've heard by the time the Target one came out, that mold was having some really bad QC issues on the joints.
I was okay. I had the Target version. I mean, they used it again in Robot Masters too, didn't they?
Oh, no, that was after Robot Masters.
Was it?
I believe the Robot Masters one came first, just barely.
Okay.
I think both were 2004, though.
The only reason I didn't take this out of package is I want to kind of wait to do the review of it. And also it'll fire the missiles from car mode too, which is kind of cool.
That is lovely, and that review will be on our Roku channel.
So, Diecast, I have a suggestion for when you do the review. You need to get someone to come in and help you, And when it's time to demonstrate the upside down submarine mode, you need to have someone shoot you in the face with the missiles.
Have your son shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to appear on camera, just like, his hand from off screen shooting you in the face.
Yeah.
Sort of like who shot JR, just like who shot Diecast.
Yeah, so we've just revealed who shot Diecast.
Yeah. What else did you get?
I also got
Oh my God. Where did
Vipers.
that come from?
Taobao.
I got one of those. Matt, how many do you have? Like 40?
8.
Matt has 8.
48.
Yeah, I have one.
I have never seen one in a freaking store.
I've got 3.
Yeah, Brian, I picked one up.
I never saw them in a store either. I got them all from BotCon.
Yeah.
BotCon and Amazon is where mine came from.
What, Don?
The toy show in Greensboro they have every year in November.
Yeah.
I got one carded for $3.
Oh, I hate you.
And then I also got my hands and feet for my Combiner Wars figures. So
We could just have a special segment every week. What did Diecast buy off Taobao?
I would love that, honestly. I would love that.
What
Then
did Diecast Taobao this week?
yeah. And then I still got 2 more boxes coming from Taobao.
I know what's in one of those.
Yes.
I have no idea.
But what he can't get off Taobao is a Massey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say his love and acceptance.
Don, can I say something terrible?
Yeah.
So, I'm not making fun, but you did mention that you had some nerve damage in your hands from an accident you had a couple years ago. I can understand why you love Massey so much. Because Massey, a normal person would probably have already maybe sent Massey away, but you have some tolerance that other people don't have because of the nerve damage.
Oh, last thing. I got that diecast Megatron gun,
Oh, neat.
which also came off Taobao, which
Dang
is
it.
pretty cool because I really wanted that accessory and I didn't want to have to buy another. What did it come with? Shockwave?
Shockwave.
Yeah, so I
Yeah, I
noticed.
didn't want to-
I noticed something when you hear that sound where it's Don's boom going. That's because of this,
Good job, Massey.
and it's not on video. Dang it!
Ow. Hey.
I think it's
TFradio.net/Massey Attack, everyone.
Just
I
Massey.
think it's a
Isn't
little
it just
bit better
Massey?
without the. I thought it was Massey Attack.
Is it Massey? Attack?
Yeah.
It is. You're right.
I think
Sorry.
it's a little better without the video because the imagination, it fills in the gaps and makes it better than any reality could be.
And I pointed out in pre-show, like 95% of people are going to hear it, not see it anyway. So
I didn't realize we had that many blind audience members.
there you go. Anybody else? Let's see here. Matt, what did you get?
I got a pretty big box of stuff. I got my Wave 3 Titan Masters.
Hate you.
Ooh.
And
I have Wave 3 in the
Sawback is so nice. I love him so much.
Is Sawback Repugnus?
No. Repugnus is Repugnus, and he's Wave 4.
Okay. Sorry,
Sawback is the lion from the
the
Japanese original headmasters. I really like the way the headmaster integrates into the lion mode of his little vehicle thing. It just plugs into the back of the head to form the mane, and it's pretty awesome. Fangry also really, really nice. I got 3 of the deluxes. I don't need Getaway just yet, but I did get Twinferno and Hot Rod and Trigger Happy. Right now, for me, Trigger Happy is winning Titans Returns.
Interesting.
What do you think of Twinferno?
Not bad. The weakest of the 3, definitely.
Mhm.
But better than I was expecting. I do wish he had some wrist swivels so you could turn those dragon heads around.
Mhm.
That would go a long way to improving my opinion, but I'm pretty happy with him. Hot Rod is the best Hot Rod toy I've ever had, I think.
What? What about Cloud Rodimus?
That's
a
not a
Rodimus
Hot
toy.
Rod toy. That's a
Okay,
Rodimus toy.
That's fair.
Boy, that's splitting hairs. I think.
Not at all.
No, it's not. I got Masterpiece Inferno, and I love him.
Thank you. You were right.
I've warmed up on him a little bit. I don't love it, but it's
Oh,
he
Brian,
is a big
Wasn't a
solid
pun,
block
Don.
of red. He is a big solid block of red. Okay, I will give you that. But I mean, he is so nice. This is the first time I think since MP10 that I haven't been able to find one little kibbly thing that just drives me nuts on a masterpiece. Like, everything comes together so nicely on these, and I will absolutely be getting Grapple and Artfire and a Hauler if they decide to go that route, which I'm sure they will.
I definitely have Grapple already pre-ordered, but unfortunately Amazon Japan, I couldn't get it anyway, but wouldn't be able to get Artfire.
I also got my Legacy Ninja Megazord, which is pretty nice. And I'm currently holding Brickinator's Titano-Charged Megazord hostage because I haven't gone to the post office yet.
I was at the post office today sending off some stuff, and a friend of mine, I saw her post to Facebook a couple days ago that she did a Reddit Secret Santa exchange, and she wound up with somebody from Norway. So she had a package of pancake mix, syrup, some magic markers, and a coloring book. And it cost $78 to ship.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Not doing it. Let's see here. Rob, what did you get?
I got a bunch of stuff, and none of it is particularly new. But
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's new to you.
Yes, it is. I got a copy of Brian's Christmas album, which had a bonus Generations crosscut thrown in. Both are very, very nice, and I appreciate that a lot. Hasbro Toy Shop had a sale this past week. G2 Bruticus was down to $50. And if you signed up for the Transformers newsletter, like back when they announced the fan club next year, that 20% off code still works. So I got it for $42 with free shipping.
Nice.
I did get a coupon when I signed up, I don't think.
Okay.
I just don't like you, Brian.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, it's really nice. This is my first exposure to the Shockwave and Swindle molds, and I'm really happy with both of those. Those are both very nice toys. But as a whole, things got a couple of minor QC issues. Vortex's leg wants to pop off. Just something about the yellow plastic on Onslaught I'm not really thrilled with, but it's really nice overall, and I'm happy I got it. Also, while I was out finishing up my Christmas shopping, I succumbed to Highbrow at $10, and I'd say $10 is about right. It's really kind of interesting to me because, like, he manages to have loose joints everywhere where it is infuriating but not a disaster. That is just such a weird trick. And then lastly, I stumbled on a G1 Scorponok body at Goodwill for $4.
What condition?
Doesn't have the helmet, obviously. Missing one hatch on the back of the leg. Needs cleaned up a little bit, but the stickers are still in good shape. And other than that one hatch on the back of the leg, it does not seem to be missing anything significant. So it's in pretty nice shape.
Nice.
I don't know that I'm ever going to complete it because I'd have to probably pay 20 times as much to get the headmaster and the helmet, but
yeah,
even the bootleg Zarok, I think, is probably pretty expensive at this point.
I forgot there was a bootleg.
It either came as part of a bigger set. Either way, it's like long out of production.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, that was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Right. So it'd be long out of production.
Nah, it's not long out of production.
Well, if there's a
Long
bootleg,
enough.
maybe one will turn up on Taobao or something.
Yeah, I mean it's.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
Go
there was whoever, I don't want to use company because that legitimizes, but there was those people that were making those counterfeit G1 figures that were meant to be confused as legitimate. And I mean, it popped up in that. So that was like 2014, 2015. A Metroplex popped up, that popped up, a few other things. So, but that would be expensive too because somebody probably has it and they probably think it's the G1 version. So, sorry, go ahead, Chris.
So, Rob.
Yeah.
How about those Wave 3 Legends? Did you get those?
No, I sure did not. They shipped yesterday and they will be here next Tuesday, the 20th.
So I've lost track. How long has it been since the money was taken for those?
That would be 2 weeks, it will be almost a month since they announced the order was processing that I will actually have these things.
Wait, what? A month?
Pretty close. At least 3 weeks, maybe a little more. I'll put it this way: since these are for review, you will eventually see reviews of these on tformers.com. I'm gonna have to look into different avenues to get my figures in the future because I can't do this anymore.
Been having that problem. A lot of us have, so
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a big problem and it's getting pretty bad.
Yeah. So okay, anybody else get anything?
Nope, can't find anything.
Okay, so I don't think I got a major thing toy-wise, but I did get this Christmas album, Christmas Time in Wilkes, recorded by me at briankilby.com/holiday. Doesn't cost a thing. You can download it from my website. You can stream it. I'd rather you download it. I'd rather you download it like 5 or 6 times.
Brian, is there any way to obtain that on like CDs?
You might be getting one potentially.
That'll work. I just need something to burn in effigy.
Yes. Note that that's like $7 of like energy and effort that goes into each one of those. So,
okay, I'll video myself burning it in effigy.
Okay, so let's see here. This week in history. Let's see here. 2014. This made the best running joke for the 2014 year in review episode. The announcement is made of the imminent shutdown of Transformers Universe.
I alluded to this back in October when we talked about it going into open beta.
Yeah,
that was one of the greatest moments.
It spent, if I'm remembering the article right, it spent less than a year in its open beta phase after being in a closed beta for like 3 years, and never made it to technical full release before it was shut down.
Did anybody get to use their pre-gen character or their?
No.
Yeah, God.
I mean, all that was generated for the original format of the game, and sometime in 2014 or late 2013, they decided we're going to make this be a completely different kind of platform.
Yeah.
So how many Transformers Transformers mobile games? They're like a bunch of them, which is surprising. We have the fighting game coming out. I mean, is there really that big of an audience for Transformers mobile games or online games?
The thing is, though, like, there's only a couple of them ever active at one time because they just shut them down and start something new.
Why is that?
Licensing expires? I don't know.
Licensing expires. The cost of maintaining it is no longer equal to the amount of free to play / microtransactions.
I don't like this ephemeral nature of games that we're in now. I like having a game that I can play.
Says the person who goes digital only on as much things as he can.
Yeah, but for the most part, I mean, like when it comes to Steam games, I don't anticipate that Steam's going away, but if Steam does, guess what? I still have my files on my hard drive that I can duplicate. As far as I know, I don't have digital media that I own that I can't get a backup of. Wow, who was that? Sorry. And yeah, Comixology is the only thing I can think of where my stuff is really locked away in the cloud, but Amazon owns that. So, I mean, that has to be pretty safe.
I want discs.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I want cartridges. Like, what I hate...
That's kind of different. I mean, you want cartridges more as a collection thing.
What I hate so much is somebody will post something about the mini NES on Facebook, or about like having an original Nintendo, and somebody's like, well, you can just get a Raspberry Pi for $40 and you have every game. It's not the same. I have that already. It's not the frickin' same. And it doesn't scratch the same itch. So, but yeah, okay. Let's see here. But yeah, Transformers Universe, it died. It actually...
did it.
It never really lived, honestly. So,
no, it didn't. That's the whole point. Like, it went into open beta for less than a year, and then they shut it down.
Yep. Sadness. And I'm going to read this verbatim. 2008, many children can expect their Christmas to be ruined when they receive a gift of the Transformers Energon Ultimate Collection DVD set, released today by Paramount Pictures. That would be the
both
crappy...
Both of these items are also current for December 16th. Like,
okay.
They both took place on that day.
That's would be the worst Christmas gift ever.
Yeah, pretty much. No, the worst Christmas gift ever would be like a premium subscription to Transformers Universe.
Did they actually they got to that point, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they were selling premium tier stuff. There was one option you could buy that was like $450 and was supposed to set you up with like a statue of one of the character models.
Was that refunded, do you think? I don't remember.
It was supposed to be. I don't recall anybody actually buying that. Like, nobody in my circles actually bought one of those, so I could not tell you for sure if there ever were refunds issued.
Yeah.
But supposedly all the premium tier stuff would have been refunded, assuming any of it sold.
Yeah. Sadness. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to the news, because we're 36 minutes in. Titans Return leader Skyshadow, first-hand photos of the Overlord pretool, and I want it. But I'll probably never get it because my Walmart never gets anything. That's not really entirely
that's what ordering
true.
online is for.
Yes. Yeah. My new Walmart's actually pretty good, better than my old one, but it still feels like it's like a watched pot never boils.
Well,
I'll never get anything leader class in my Walmarts ever again because I'm still sitting on Skywarps.
Well, yeah, I am too.
Mm-hmm. And like Soundwaves has shown up in stores, or they're just starting to now. So like progress is being made slowly.
I feel like mine's just now getting like Optimal Optimus.
That wasn't even a leader class. That's a super.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
I needs Black Shadow.
It's pretty.
It looks nice. It looks a lot nicer here than it did in that showroom.
Yes, it does.
Because it's posed.
Is it Black Shadow or Sky Shadow?
It's Sky Shadow, but the character originally was Black Shadow. So
yeah.
Sky Shadow's the friendlier rename.
They already have it, and they're trying to maintain it. Sky Shadow they've had since Beast Machines?
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
I believe Sky Shadow was originally a Fusor.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think there was a Sky Shadow in Beast Machines.
Yeah, he was a dragonfly and a lizard.
Yeah.
It's one of the most commonly available Fusors at any like comic book store or any place that sells used toys. I see them literally everywhere.
What's released
on
this?
You know what I don't see anymore, like used, is Injector.
Or Retracts.
No, I have seen Retracts.
Don, I know where you can
eBay. Don, tell us.
Yeah, you can get a Retracts on eBay because I have my Retracts up for sale.
I retweeted that from the TF Radio account on Twitter a couple days ago.
I don't know, you can probably like just go to a comic book store and get one for a couple dollars cheaper.
That's not true.
No, it's probably not.
It's not true. Okay, so yeah, when does this come out? Do we know? Just Wave 4?
The Nebulous Future.
Yeah, okay.
It's Wave 4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Who knows? Let's see.
You know what else I saw Don was selling on his eBay page? He was selling the little My Little Pony that we gave him as a gift.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah.
I completely forgot where it came from. I thought, when did I get this?
Thanks, Don.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't remember where it came from. I'm sorry.
I was so hurt.
Glad to know it meant so much to you, Don.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now this was a nice surprise. First look at Titans Return Deluxe Top Spin on the side of the box.
Yes.
Yep. Need more jump starters.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's going to be retooled into.
Twin twist.
No, it'll be Cup.
I want this Dark of the Moon branded. That'd make me happy. Okay.
Corporate sponsorship logos.
Yep, that would be great. But yeah, so we didn't know about this, did we?
No.
This was a total surprise.
We did not definitively know about this. Topspin was among one of the many rumor list names.
Yeah.
From the credible rumor list, that is not from the wacky Chinese rumor list.
Okay.
But I mean,
they had things like Predaking on it.
Yeah, as far as I know, we've never seen any image leaks or anything before. Like this is our first actual look at it.
And again, I want to mention we haven't seen any of these image leaks in a while, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And as far as I know, that the reliable rumor list has also not been updated in quite some time. So I think some of the holes have gotten patched.
Yeah. And, the only, we like news and stuff, but also we like going to conventions and shows and actually seeing things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
The last couple
sort of-
BotCons were so bad when it came to the announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know-
Also, I've talked to some various, artists who've worked for Hasbro online, and they have said that leaks like this are, genuinely harmful and dangerous to them because when they go looking to plug leaks, people can get in trouble. So, cut the crap.
Yeah, I might know something about that. Okay, so let's see here. Anything else? Next item: Transformers Devastation, Cybertron series, and more on Steam. Let's see here. Sale. And did it go to the same story again? No, it didn't. Sorry. I clicked the wrong link. So let's see here. $5 for
$5 for
War for Cybertron. No, I was asking. You wrote this. So, I mean, yeah.
$5 for War for Cybertron and $10 each for Fall of Cybertron Devastation and Rise of the Dark Spark.
Is that?
And except for Dark Spark, just about any of those are worth those prices.
Okay, I was going to ask that. So I wasn't certain if that was $10 for the all three or just, you said each. So yeah, Rise of the Dark Spark is not worth that, but I've actually started playing the other games on the PC, and the PC version's really good. I didn't think it was going to be. I was really surprised.
Yeah, I have the PC versions of all three, and they are really, really nice.
Yeah, I thought they would be kind of janky, but they're really good. So I'm very pleased with that. That's a good deal. Definitely pick that up if you don't have it. Definitely worth a purchase.
Until the 19th.
Anything about Devastation? Was that on the list? That was on the list. How much is it?
Yes,
it's $10.
Yep.
Like I know totally worth $10.
It is. It's not my favorite of the three. It's a really shallow game, but it looks nice.
It's really mindless. But like that's kind of good sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's shallow. It's got Dynasty Warriors kind of depth if you don't mind, taking different characters through the same stages to, level up and use different weapons and test them out. You can have a lot of fun with that. And there's the challenge mode, which, adds a fair amount of playtime to the game. If it's something you're just looking to play through once, it is kind of short, but it's very pretty to look at while it is being short. And after all these years, Dan Gilvezan sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to the item after the next one, and I'll come back. So Combiner Wars Deluxe Groove is back at Walmart.
Yes, a Walmart.
So it showed up at Walmart. So Brainstorm,
a case of them showed up at Walmart.
But Brainstorm showed up at Walmart strangely, and this showed up strangely.
A mistake, probably.
That's our best guess, because it was so far we've gotten one Walmart in Sacramento that got a case of 6 grooves. So if anybody out there has heard of another report of this, and if, please let us know, because I was kind of hoping this might be a broader thing. But at the moment, very isolated.
I mentioned this occasionally, but years ago, the local Walmart, Chris Triplett found like a Beast Machine Snarl like 6 months before it was actually released on the card. So, I mean, weird things happen, but yeah, that's weird.
It's also worth noting, like, keep an eye out on the online retailers, because last week Hasbro Toy Shop had Deluxe Groove back in stock for $16.99. It's out now. It's gone.
I donated 2 to Toys for Tots.
But, like, it's kind of proof of concept. The later production runs of Groove are getting back out again. So there could be another surge of availability if you missed out on it before.
And strangely, not at Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, I figure this is worth talking about for a couple minutes, maybe. We have the poster for Transformers The Last Night, and it's purpley-eyed Optimus Prime. It says, "Rethink your heroes."
Oh, I rethought the idea of Optimus Prime being a hero like 3-4 movies ago.
So, I mean, seriously, isn't it obvious that he's being mind controlled or something? So,
yeah. So I would assume it has to be Unicron.
But so why is this? Why? If anybody who watched that trailer has already put 2 and 2 together, so to me, this poster makes no sense.
Maybe what's going to happen in the movie is that Optimus is going to genuinely turn evil. His eyes will just spontaneously turn purple as a result. Then he'll be killed, and Hot Rod will become the new leader.
Or Bumblebee?
No, Hot Rod, because he's in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, it adds to. I mean, it kind of furthers the point that hey, there's
Optimus Prime is
somewhat of
horrible
a
person.
there's somewhat of a story in this movie. So maybe that's what they're trying to say. Like, hey, there is somewhat of a plot. Come see this.
I'm not exactly sure how you're getting that from any of this.
Well, because for Optimus to turn bad, there's got to be a story behind that.
Have you watched the previous 4 movies?
Yes.
Say, hasn't it been like a steady, march towards evil this whole time, from what I understand?
Realistically, the only movie that had no semblance of a story was Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen, yeah.
The rest have been not great, but not the worst. I mean, Dark of the Moon, I enjoyed. The first one, I enjoyed. Age of Extinction was pretty bad, but it wasn't completely without coherence.
Now, see, I would rate Revenge of the Fallen above Age of Extinction.
No way in hell.
For me,
it's literally one of the worst movies I've ever watched. Literally,
Look,
I'm not joking,
I mean,
not hyperbole. It's terrible.
There's a really simple way to resolve this, which is that if you don't think Revenge of the Fallen is the worst Transformers movie, you're wrong.
It's terrible.
It's not an opinion; it's a fact.
That's one that transcends opinion into fact.
I guess I'm in the minority because I think the first one is the best of the ones.
The first movie, a lot of people think that, Don.
There's nothing wrong with thinking that. In a lot of ways, it's the best one to watch after having experienced the rest of the movie series, since you can see all the things they did right that didn't get carried forward.
Yeah, I mean, so
not being globe-spanning epics.
Let's see here, but yeah, I liked the third one. I mean, I genuinely kind of liked it. I didn't hate it. I know Matt's never watched it, but have you watched? You've never watched any of them, Matt? Is that correct?
I watched the first one. I hated the first one, so I never watched any of the others.
Okay. I mean that's not an invalid opinion. I mean,
I'll be honest. My favorite part of the movie is when Optimus Prime first shows up, and you get that kind of the alley scene. That's kind of the part I always watch. I usually don't watch the rest of it, but
I like when he pops out of the glowing ball and then says, "Come with me if you want to live."
I'm trying to think what my favorite part of the first movie is. Bernie Mac, maybe.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Maybe.
Yeah, he passed away.
You know what that movie forgot about though was the 3 hackers subplot.
Yeah, that went nowhere.
Let's see here. Moving along. Robots in Disguise, Combiner Force Legion class sighted at U.S. retail. Didn't we talk about this last week?
I don't remember.
No, last week was the Warriors.
Oh, okay. Legion class. God, I confuse those when it comes to Robots in Disguise.
You're a bad fan.
Yes, I am. But yeah, so Legion class is basically sort of the cheaper Legends class. Warrior class is kind of like this scaled up Legends. I could use that Grimlock. Is that the old? No, is that a new Grimlock mold or is that the old one? In that scale,
I want to assume that the Prime and the Grimlock are the old molds, but I can't say for sure because I have not ever gotten any of these Legions.
But they're new packaging, so I need the Grimlock because I do have all the Grimlocks.
Yeah, Brian, that is that Prime and Grimlock are the original ones, just repackaged.
Okay, I'll still get Grimlock.
In the Warrior assortment we were talking about last week is coming with reships of Strong Arm and Grimlock in the new packaging also.
I like that,
which is why all the actual new stuff like new decos and new molds are all 1 to a case.
God, okay. Lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Okay, let's see here. Transformers the movie, what might have been, extended the touch sequence mock-up posted to YouTube. So who wrote this one? Rob, tell us about this.
Okay, there was something kind of similar on the Transformers the movie 30th anniversary Blu-ray, but the people who posted this, TF Nation, the UK Transformers Con, went the extra mile on this. They had the storyboards colored and they added sound effects to make, I don't want to say it's seamless because it's nothing like, but it's as smooth a transition between the unused shots from the sequence and the finished version as is possible at this point.
So it took storyboard stuff? Images?
Yeah, it takes the storyboards, including the death of Red Alert and when Prime was supposed to get ambushed by, I want to say, Dirge when he was talking to Megatron, and adds that back into the sequence.
Okay.
So it's interesting if you haven't seen these storyboards before. It's it's an interesting little addition. If you're familiar with the storyboards, it's nothing particularly, what's the word I'm looking for, revelatory, but it's interesting to look at.
I mean, I've been familiar with the storyboards for these scenes for quite a while, but like having it put together in this way with the color and the sound effects and everything, like it was easier for me now to like really put those deleted scenes into context and actually see how that scene really does flow together the way it was originally structured. Just seeing the storyboards independently and being told where they're supposed to go around the existing footage kind of doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Moving on. So
it's a minute and a half long. It's worth looking at in any case.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I wanted to talk about this. I added this into the show notes. It's a comparison of Legend Super Ginrai against Titans Return Powermaster Prime. And what I really like about this photo that Takara sent out, right? It was Takara.
Yeah.
At TF_PR. What I really like is, one, it shows both toys are really nice, honestly. It's not like Takara is just substantially better. It's nice. I like it. It is definitely more Powermaster Prime than is the actual Powermaster Optimus that we got. But the Powermaster Prime actually looks pretty nice. I like it, and I would definitely consider picking that up. I mean, if I didn't already have it. So, I like both toys quite a bit. So I really do not feel bad at all about picking up Super Ginrai, considering I already have a Powermaster Prime. It's not like I look at Super Ginrai and think it is substantially better than the Powermaster Prime. They both have their pluses, and I actually feel that I could probably get Super Ginrai and still be happy that I have Powermaster Prime. They're definitely different, and I don't think it's a waste of money to have both necessarily, like certain other Takara Takara issues, of course, because it's so substantially retooled.
I think Ginrai actually has wrists that look like they swivel and stuff.
It's nice. It's nice.
Wow.
And I'm looking at this, and I'm looking. Powermaster Prime looks nice too, and it's on my shelf. It looks better here in the picture than it does on my shelf.
And it's basically Computron all over again, between the Hasbro and the Takara version. They're both so fundamentally different. They're definitely just two different toys at this point.
Yeah.
And the nice thing that I'm noticing about this is that both versions have plastic that matches on the gray parts that matches their original releases for US and Japan. Those shades of gray are actually pretty close to the originals in both cases.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't want to spend $100 on it, but I guess I'm going to have to.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said last week, Brian.
Well, if you want God Bomber.
Now that God Bomber's coming out, any secondary market is going to be absolutely through the roof for Ginrai to complete a set.
If you want him, get him now.
Yeah, damn it. Okay. Let me do that while you guys talk about Transformers. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah. Thank you, Amazon. Go to tfradio.net/Amazon and if you have any last minute Christmas shopping, you only have about 10 days left. tfradio.net/Amazon. Write that down. tfradio.net/Amazon. Doesn't cost you a cent more. And just like XV said last week, it's like you're stealing from us by not using it. Amazon sends a little bit back to help pay for the show. And it doesn't cost you a cent more, and you get all the wonderful Amazon prizes. And like I said on my Happy Day in Wilkes podcast and on my Christmas album, it's you can get all the same kind of stuff you get at Walmart, but you don't have to go deal with people. Sorry, Don. And
I think Don would like to get in on the deal too if he could.
Yeah, realistically. But
no habla anglais.
tfradio.net/Amazon. So I did pick up the Cadbury.
No, Don, I'm just saying you would like to enjoy in your life all the benefits of Walmart without having to deal with any people outside your home. That's all I'm saying.
I did.
Well, I am a internet famous hermit, so you know.
Yes,
I did pick up the Cadbury eggs last week, and I've only
How
had
were they?
great, and I've only had 2. I'm moderating myself. I've had 2 in a week.
Impressive.
Yeah. So, but phenomenal. tfradio.net/Cadbury. But yeah, so Kim and I basically did all of our Christmas shopping this year for the most part, except for a couple of things on Amazon. And
do you have separate accounts?
No.
Did you buy each other Christmas presents through Amazon? Because like that's a bad way to keep a secret. Then
she tells me what she wants me to pick up, and I just order it. So she has no idea what's been ordered, and I buy my own Christmas stuff anyway. So
how romantic!
Yeah, Inferno is basically my Christmas present, and something else which I forgot, which makes it a great present, I guess.
I guess it's just like she really did buy you something for Christmas then.
Pretty much. But yeah,
tfradio.net/Amazon.
Like 10 days left. 10 days. Okay. Let's see here. Third party news. I don't know that I want to show video because I'm afraid that's what crashed it the last time. But third party.
Oh, you have to show this one.
I think this one needs some visual.
Okay, so if it crashes, I'm just going to pretend to be Don. And
I want to hear Don's thoughts on this figure.
Don, you fly solo on this, okay?
Okay, we have pictures just released yesterday, I believe, of Toyworld's Leia or Leia, depends on how you want to pronounce it.
I like Leia,
which is their take on a masterpiece Arcee. God help me, shoot the thing.
I don't think it's bad.
But basically, I'm now imagining in Star Trek: The Motion Picture when the transporter malfunctioned, whatever was sent back to Starfleet Command didn't last long. It looked something like this.
The more I look at this, the worse it looks because I see all its flaws.
Yeah. Okay. And here's the thing: the front half of the vehicle is fine, but I don't understand if this is even close to the final product. Why are they going with the back half of this figure looking like this when it's not even close to anything we've seen for Arcee in any incarnation?
I want to flash you back to BotCon Japan 98, and that scratch build custom Arcee,
the vinyl,
which also did not have a back half of its car mode, but that was a scratch built custom that someone did in their spare time. That was not a product for sale made in a factory that had probably a year of development time put into it first.
And almost 20 years ago. So, I mean, they know that a masterpiece Arcee would fit in so many people's movie collection. With Magnus, all the Springers coming out, we're getting a cup from several companies here now. But to go so completely off model and...
Oh, God. I sorry.
It's horrible. It's atrocious. It's horrible, and I don't plan on buying this if this is what they're promoting as a near final product.
So my problems with it: 1, the feet are crap. The feet are terrible. 2, I hate the fact that Arcee is carrying swords. I hate that that's been pushed back into being just the standard mode for Arcee. 3, I like figure arts, but I hate the figure art style hands on a Transformer, where you have the swappable hands. I hate that.
Let's have Rob voice his opinion on one of those.
Yes.
Tell us about the hands.
Yeah, Rob,
Okay.
you take that one, please.
Okay. Brian said no swearing. I will be nice. There's a set of option hands here, a very specific set of option hands. You can see it in the gallery at T-Formers. It is on the first like photo strip that is multiple pictures. You can see it in the 4th picture down. and God damn it so much. I don't. Again, I am trying to limit my invective here, so but this is childish and stupid is the best way I know to put it.
And that's being generous.
Oh, I looked at that. I passed by that photo like 4 or 5 times. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I didn't.
The obscene gesture? You did not
Yeah,
notice it?
I just.
See, Diecast, you being you, I kind of thought that was why you liked this figure, but
No. I like the robot mode. I didn't see vehicle mode. Vehicle mode looks like absolute garbage.
Yes.
And I saw the first photo of her when she's holding both swords, and I went on to the next one, and then I saw vehicle mode, and I was like, oh.
Gotcha.
That vehicle mode is
Robot
terrible.
looks okay. Once I got the vehicle, I was like, oh my god, that looks like it's not finished.
Now, Diecast, I have to ask you as a question: if this exact same thing was being sold by Fans Toys, you would love it, wouldn't you?
No, definitely not. Fans Toys would not put their name on this.
No, you can't condition it that way. Like I said, if Fans Toys sold this exact thing with no changes, unironically, you would love it, wouldn't you?
No,
Fans
definitely not.
I mean, Fans Toys wouldn't put this out. He's right.
Yeah.
They genuinely wouldn't.
No self-respecting third-party company would put this out.
Toyworld doesn't
and I
release
mean,
just crap, though, right?
Yeah, and this is Toyworld, who has come a remarkably long way from their early offerings, and have made several good figures. And it's
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I mean, and not to have it look like a car that has a back half. That, I mean, that creeps me out more than the than the bathtub bathing tie figurine.
that was
a
creepy figurine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is just, that's creepy. Kiss Player's creepy. This is just sad.
This
And
is
there is a
body
connect-
creepy.
Yeah, and there's a connection there I want to bring up because that's something else that kind of bugs me about this. This is very clearly patterned after Generations Arcee. And I have always had a problem with Generations Arcee and the fact that the designer, who was in fact the artist for Kiss Players, took the lower body and made it significantly more humanoid than the original Arcee character design is. Arcee's lower torso is much more angular on the actual character model, and this goes a little bit more curvy for no particularly good reason.
Cheesecake shots. That's all it is.
That's the only reason, and it doesn't look particularly good. And with her super angular upper body, it also just looks freaking weird.
And I'll be honest, I really don't have an issue with robot mode overall. It's not perfect, but it's not bad.
Those are some terrible feet, Don.
The feet are bad.
But
The feet don't bother me.
Really?
but they
Hmm.
really don't bother me. But there's so much other that does. Just knowing what she turns into is a big flaming pile of crap. This is an insult to the character. This is basically character assassination with this toy.
And
And
the thing is,
Toyworld,
like, I know why they left the back of the car off of the vehicle mode.
Because they didn't have
which is
anything
because-
left.
No, I mean, like, in robot mode, it would become a big backpack, and there's not really a good, obvious way to dispose of that. Like, I get that from a perspective of focusing on the aesthetics of the robot mode.
Didn't stop
I don't
Takara.
agree with it. I
Mhm.
don't agree with it, but I understand that motivation. And the thing is, though, even if they reveal tomorrow, let's say, that there is a piece you can put on the car mode that is the back end, so it's all enclosed, I would still object to it on the basis of you have to remove 50% of that alt mode and put it aside just because they could not be asked to find a way to engineer a full car to transform into a robot mode that looks the way they want it
So,
to.
you know,
But they could give her hooker heels, though.
oh my god. And she has that
and the special hands.
and she has the freaking stripper pose that she did in that photo, and I just stopped when I got to that. So, but you know,
Yeah.
to Chris's point though about them just not being able to design it in a way that wouldn't have like a backpack or something. I mean, that never stopped Takara in Car Robots. So, you know, I'm sorry, Don.
It almost looks like if it's not mistransformed, it should be, because if you could pull the legs farther forward, you could hide them in the front end of the car better, and the wheels would actually align with what passes through the back end of the car.
That vehicle mode is so awful.
Yeah, and see,
it is.
And as big as her shoulder pylons are in the back, it would seem to me that you could put the cover that would cover the back half of her car mode could fold together, like split apart, fold up like you would a trifold pieces on both sides, and flip up into those shoulder pylons.
So it'd be like a shell former or something.
It would, but I mean
Arcee has to be a shell former in a lot of instances.
But I'm saying that, to me, as big as with the size of those pylons, you could pull out a little tri-folded piece of plastic.
And check out the size of those pylons, huh?
Yeah,
I was thinking it,
but Don says he wants to pull out. What?
Oh God. Okay, let's jump to the next news item.
Okay. But I'm gonna say one more thing, Brian. Really, honestly, if anyone is affiliated with Toyworld, or if you were of Toyworld, guys, I bought your throttle bot combiner. Okay, those are all really good pieces. I bought other stuff from y'all that I really love.
Don.
Yeah,
I'm saying this is a crappy looking figure. You can do better. This sucks.
And Don is literally the internet's foremost expert on Arcee. Literally. Yes. So there you go. Last news item: pre-order info for Master Builder MB01. Arch Enemy, which I like the name of, I have to be honest, not MP scale robots in the skies Scourge. I'm not showing it. It looks okay.
The pre-order price is $114.99.
That's less than I would think.
I was thinking $150. So yeah, hopefully the production quality is still up to par.
So do we know it's really in the other photos? Did we see it compared against something else? I don't remember.
We've seen photos of it
with their own stuff.
With an MP10 at one point, and it's head height with MP10.
Okay.
Well, let me ask y'all this: aesthetics aside, wouldn't Scourge pretty much? Wouldn't Robots in Disguise? I'm not sliding this piece, but wouldn't Robots in Disguise Scourge scale well enough with MP10 as is, and would fit fine?
No,
as good as that toy is.
He's a nice toy. I think he would be a little short.
And the thing is, like the Laser Optimus mold, I'm turning around pointing at what is it's not visible on my camera, but it's on my shelf back there, that Scourge. Like that mold is still limited by the electronics it originally had, even though the later re-release left that out. The joints cannot move as far as other toys because they had to have it restricted so the wires didn't tear. Like it is a very good mold, especially for the time it was produced. Today though, we would look at it and think it's more on par with a $10 Legends figure rather than something that originally cost probably $45 in 1994. Like I don't object to making an updated, and I will even say maybe idealized version of that body form. Maybe not lead with Scourge necessarily, but that's my own personal objection. But yeah, I mean, I understand a lot of people still think really highly of that original mold. I think highly of that original mold. It wouldn't fit with the Masterpiece anymore though.
42. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what. Are you saying in today's dollars when you said $42 or whatever? Are you saying in?
I was saying 45. I just am pulling a number out of the air for what it cost back then because I can't remember.
I'm actually.
I remember
curious.
Megatron, G2 Megatron being like 35.
Really?
He was not cheap. Yeah, I want to say he was at least 30.
He was the equal of the first G2 Optimus.
Because I got Metroplex.
Yeah,
of course,
that was pricey.
It was like 7 years before, but I got Metroplex for like $26. So.
Yeah, I remember feeling at the time that G2 was very expensive. When I found my G2 Grimlock at Toys R Us, it was like $18. I want to say something like that.
Yeah.
Which, at the time, struck me as very expensive for a toy that size. Whether or not it actually was, I don't know, because I was 14.
Yeah, the TF Wiki doesn't give MSRP. That would be something cool to have, but I'd have to go to Crazy Steve or something to get that. So,
if anybody in the audience knows offhand for whatever reason what that cost back then, let us know.
I'm
we'll
curious.
retweet you or something.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious because I totally could see it being $45.
I mean, that seems like it would be about right if G2 Megatron, G2 Optimus itself were in the 30-something range.
That was 95. So yeah, I mean, at that time, actually a couple years before that, and it has nothing to do with this, but like in a Super Nintendo game or a Genesis game, like certain games would run between like $80 and $100. So stuff,
battery-backed ones, yeah.
Yeah, battery-backed ones were ones that were like 24 or 32 megabits.
Mm-hmm. Phantasy Star 4, that was like $120 at my Toys R Us.
That Toys R Us MSRP was $100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think Virtua Racing was similarly expensive on the Genesis, not on the 32X. On the 32X, it was reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rob, what's on T-Formers this week?
Okay, we have got a story where you can literally see what goes into a Masterpiece Transformer. It is, I believe, a series of X-rays of Masterpiece figures. So you can see pretty much the entire construction as though it were a blueprint. It's a really neat little set of images.
Holy crap, and it's like literal X-rays.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Yeah, I like that. And as you can see with some of them, the pieces that are, I believe the pieces that are die-cast metal are the things that show up solid white in those X-rays. So that Grimlock in particular is interesting to look at.
I love that. I love these photos.
Yeah. We also have a Japanese customizer posted to Twitter images of a custom getaway, which combines the 2007 movie recolor of Cybertron Hotshot and the Titan Master from Wave 3 Deluxe Breakaway. And it looks really great, and the secret to it is a rubber washer from a Zoids Blocks figure. You take out Hotshot's head, you put one of those washers in the neck, which fits perfectly, and you have yourself a 2007 Headmaster getaway that can even leave the head on when it transforms.
Interesting.
Also, XV reviewed the first issue of Optimus Prime, which is out this week, and I reviewed the first issue of Lost Light, also out today, in fact.
Chris, your audio is breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Story good, art is very G2.
Is Derek Hanniger does the art?
No, but I mean,
you got me excited there for me.
Derek Hanniger will be at Joe Lanta.
It is G2 in the good way, though. Definitely, it is definitely more of the Derek Hanniger school of G2. Lost Light, I would say the art kind of falls more towards the Manny Galen scale of G2. It's not that Jack Lawrence is a bad artist. He's not. There's just something about the quality of his lines and the thickness of them that I don't think he quite has dialed in for his interiors yet, because his covers look fine. But there's places where the line thickness is such in Lost Light #1 that you lose some detail on the faces. And in a comic where expression is going to be an awful lot of it, that could be a problem going forward. But as far as I can tell, this is his first Transformers comic doing interiors. So, I'm expecting that to get better with time. So, and in terms of being a follow-up to More Than Meets the Eye, if you were enjoying More Than Meets the Eye, it is very much, just the next issue of that. If More Than Meets the Eye was kind of, wearing thin for you in certain ways, it is still very much the next issue of More Than Meets the Eye.
Cool. Very cool. Let's see here. Is that it? Anything else?
That's it.
Cool. Okay, so questions, feedback. So we got a text, and it's from Farduvis. I love that name. Dear TF Radio, I'm a new listener, and I really hope that you guys play this. We are. And I just wanted to ask you guys opinions on the Titans Return Galvatron and the Combiner War Starscream figures. Okay, sorry, it took me a second. I'm like, what?
Leader class.
Leader class, yeah. It would make my day if you guys would answer this. Anyways, I really like that you guys do the podcast and keep doing what you're doing. Okay, so, man, I'm really tired of that Starscream Seeker mold. So, I mean,
I love my Seekers, and I was never a fan of using that mold to make Seekers.
yeah. So, it was Jetfire first, and not, not Thundercracker first. So yeah, it's a little. I mean, if you don't, here's the thing: I bought it, I have it, so I'm not going to say that don't buy it because I did buy it. If you're a completist and you want everything, sure. But if you're somebody who doesn't have to get everything that comes out, it's easily skippable. Starscream.
At that, like if you want a full lineup of leader class, Season 1 Decepticons, though, we are now up to with Combiner Wars Megatron, the Combiner Wars Seekers, and Titans Return Soundwave. They would all probably look really nice together, standing side by side, scale pretty well.
Meanwhile, if you're someone who is into like vehicle scaling, these Seekers are more like what you should expect of what jets would turn into as robots versus what cars would turn into as robots. So if that's something that matters to you, there's a sell there too. On the other hand, if you buy the Starscream in this scale, you're kind of obligating yourself to buy Thundercracker and Skywarp in this scale because you got to have a match.
Yeah. I mean, I did, so I don't. Never mind.
You have no room to talk, then, do you?
I have no room to talk. But it's also just like any of the other Seekers that are exactly the same. I mean, it's the exact same toy. It's just different color. So
it's just the exact same toy at $40 a hit this time.
Oh god!
I think what we're really saying about this is there is a lot of different philosophies when it comes to collecting Seekers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, on that price, Rob, Hasbro Toy Shop has them marked down to $22.99 or $29.99, and
that's definitely an improvement.
Yeah, and I picked up. Now this was just a random find at my Toys R Us. I picked up Skywarp for $10.49 in the clearance bin.
Whoa!
So that was, but again, that was just a random. Just look down and boom, there it was.
Yeah.
Now I like that mold as Jetfire. So if you want to give that mold a shot at $10.49, I'd say go for it. Honestly.
As Jetfire.
Well, but see, I'll be honest though, in the black and purples, really looks good on that mold. So that's
it's okay. It's okay.
Here's a question: since I don't have any of those, do Thundercracker and Skywarp come with crowns?
No.
Okay, that's kind of a shame. I kind of wish they all did.
Yeah. As far as Galvatron goes, though, Galvatron's okay.
I like Titans Return Galvatron. I went ahead and picked up the Shapeways adapter kit for his cannon to move to the side of his arm, and found that to be a great improvement.
John, are you here? Was it John that opted to get the Legends version from Takara?
I have the Legends version.
Okay.
I have the Legends version too.
Oh, so which would you prefer to get, the Legends version or the Hasbro version?
Both are really nice. I think the Hasbro darker purple looks a little bit better standing with everything else.
Yeah, probably so. I think in that, for general collection, probably the Hasbro one will have the color you're expecting a little bit more. The Takara one doesn't really offer anything different. Unfortunately, in my case, it also doesn't even offer not having the Titan Master be cracked inside.
Oh, sadness.
And that was gonna be my point. Like, whether the Titan Master comes damaged or not, you're probably going to need to consider investing in some kind of alternate solution for the head, whether it is customizing the crown that the toy comes with already onto the Titan Master permanently so you get a functional neck joint, or going for like a full-out replacement head, which there's at least a couple varieties of on Shapeways at this point. Just the way it comes, though, the head movement is really restricted, and it looks weird the way the crown sits over the face.
The crown face mask is really unfortunate. I wish they could have found another way.
But it is literally the one blemish on an otherwise fantastic Galvatron toy.
Yeah.
Yes. It is the Galvatron I've been waiting for a very long time.
And it makes up for Universe Galvatron. Definitely.
Nothing makes up for Universe Galvatron.
That's true.
It helps to forget Universe Galvatron.
Yeah. I will say this, though. Neither of those toys made our holiday buying guide this year.
There were more important things to do.
We had a really good toy year.
We really did.
we got a lot of good stuff this year. It was not easy to pick 5 things.
It wasn't easy for me to pick 5 things, but in a completely different direction from how Matt is saying it.
Yeah. Let's see here. On the show, actually on the network this week, we have Take for Wrestling, episode 18, Clash of the Champions 25. JT Hogg and I talk about WCW's Clash of the Champions. And the gimmick of the week is Damien Demento, not Dr. Demento. And he sings a nice Christmas song at the end. It's about Diecast, so you might want to check that out. Also on the network, we have Being Awesome with Rob Springer, episode 85. Rob talks about Transformers 5, Rogue One, Spider-Man, and Q&A. There's no Superhero Time Presents that one episode of Star Trek this week because Chris was in Atlanta having fun. Mm-hmm. And I also posted...
we were having a field trip.
That's awesome.
Did you see Rob?
No, I didn't, but Scott flew out from California. And Ken finally turned up to a meet, so that was good.
That's awesome.
All right.
Nice.
And we also posted my Christmas album, which is the greatest Christmas album that's ever been recorded. Yep.
Do you think we could send that to Don's workplace and get them to pipe that over the PA instead of the usual selections?
We possibly could.
We might want to, look into that.
Oh man, let's see here. I'm gonna.
Gee, thanks,
Don. I think it'd probably do you good, do me good, and that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, let's see here. That's it for me. I'm on Twitter at bkilby, and I am on the Facebooks at facebook.com/Brian Kilby, and also on the Instagrams at instagram.com/Brian Kilby. You can find us at TF Radio on Twitter, at facebook.com/TF Radio. And on the Instagrams at TF Podcast. And of course, if you're not already watching it on Roku, watching us on Roku, you can find us at Roku. You can go to the channel store and find us there. Or if you are logged into your Roku account on your web browser, you can go to tfradio.net/Roku and just add it right from there. And we appreciate everybody that's done that so far. But yeah, it's a fun way to watch the show on your TV. We post the new show each week. We post diecast reviews, and hopefully we'll have some original content for the Roku channel as well. Diecast, how do we get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2.
You had to think about that for a minute, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot for a second. And then make sure I did put my 6-shot review up with the Trigger Master on RFC Reviews on YouTube. And you can also follow on Facebook or friend on Facebook.
Follow.
They know what you mean.
Yeah. Just at Andrew Baith. So my real name.
That's your real name? I
Yeah.
knew that. I'm kidding. Actually, is there anybody on the show whose real name I don't know now? Chris is the only one who's really sneaky about that.
You don't know Rob's real name.
Yeah, I don't know Rob's real name. Okay, there is one person on the show that would never tell me their real name. Any guesses who that was? Not you, Chris. You eventually did.
Right.
Peter Van.
Turin. When he never told me his name. Even when I shipped stuff to him, when he bought some comics off of me, I had to ship it to his church. He is the most internet paranoid person I've ever. He was like an engineer. He was like a web engineer, and he was the most internet paranoid person I've ever met.
To be honest, most of the especially older web engineers I've met were some of the most paranoid people I've met.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Great guy. I'm not talking crap. But
me and Rob were talking crap about someone else, but I know you're not talking bad about Turin.
I think I know who you're talking bad about. Or maybe not.
Possibly not.
Possibly not.
Well, it's nobody you ever met. I'll put it that way.
Okay, well, it's the person I'm not who I'm thinking of then. I'm thinking of somebody else on the network. Let's see here. Chris, you're not going to tell anybody, but you're at Chris RTXV.
In any case, though, keep an eye on T-Formers TV on YouTube because there will be 6-shot content coming to that, and also galleries coming to T-Formers because all my work goes to T-Formers one way or the other.
Nice. Rob.
I am on Twitter at RAC2750. Also on Twitter at Flailthroughs, but if you're looking for Flailthroughs, YouTube is the place to go. That's where most of that goes anymore. I'm reviewing my old Gundam figures. I'm still playing the Gundam Battle Operation, the free-to-play Japanese PSN game. And, of course, my Transformers-related work also goes to tformers.com and Tformers TV on YouTube.
Sweet. Matt?
You can follow me on Twitter at Melvar, but I don't suggest it.
I do.
You're a great fellow. You really are. You genuinely are. I'm sorry that I foisted Twitter onto you, but...
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm lying, honestly. I'm very happy you're on Twitter. I wish you were on Facebook, because that's where I post all my good stuff.
No.
All my good stuff's on Facebook, unfortunately.
You can do without Facebook. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's see here. Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Awesome. And is John DeLuna still with us? Going once?
Hey, guys.
Hey, there he
What's
is. There. Happy anniversary again.
Hey, are we? What are we talking about tonight? Let's start the show.
Transformers.
Hey, John, I got Sixshot.
Oh, really?
He's a One Robot Army.
Hey, John, I released a Christmas album this week.
You went down?
Nothing.
I talked over your zinger. I feel so bad.
It's okay.
Well, tweet me at that John D, and you can tell me what you were trying to say. I'm sure I'll laugh. I'm sure I'll LOL all over the place.
John, this is recorded in stereo. I can just mute you, and the joke will just carry its way through. So
I do that on my show all the time.
Yep.
I guess I'll lull all over the place. Isn't that what the kids say now?
For the lulz, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice diecast. I really like that gimmick. So
Yeah.
I think
Stop holding that submarine upside right.
He's
Upside right.
no, it's you know what he meant.
Upside there. There we go.
There we go.
That's awesome.
That's how you hold a submarine.
Yeah.
The Titan Master standing up, it's correct. If he's hanging upside down, it's wrong.
Oh, put Vorath in there, and it'll be right if he's hanging upside down.
That's funny. That's nice. Okay, so I guess that's it. We'll be back next week with RFC 499, and at the end of the year,
I know what that means.
Yep. At the end of the year, we're gonna have,
we're like 6 more away from 500.
That's exactly right. At the end of the year, we're gonna have on December 28th. Episode 500, which will be our year-end show, and we are going to go on and on and on forever, but it's also one of our biggest shows of the year, so it'll be pretty great. Anybody else have anything before I close her out? Nope. Okay, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.
This has been Radio Free Cybertron. Visit us at tfradio.net for show notes and to subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at tfradio for news and updates. Watch our live stream at tfradio.net/live. Join our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/tfradio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TF Radio Network. Have a question or comment? Leave it on our Facebook fan page or mail it to contact@tfradio.net. This podcast is released under a Creative Commons license. Any part of this podcast can and should be redistributed, but please, proper attribution is required if you know what's good for you. Radio Free Cybertron, the original Transformers internet radio show since 1999. 100% girlfriend free since 1999.